everyone, hello, welcome to our snow day crafting live. Let me just pop another quick light on here. I hope that today's video is a little less fuzzy. Actually I didn't get a chance to just double check our picture here, so I'm just having a little look underneath to see if there is anything that will be stopping it from being really clear. So again, I'm just going to have a quick double check that we're all live and that you can hear me okay. So let's have a look. Hello there. Oh, yep, that looks like that's all good. A bit of shine on the page there, but on the screen there. But if I move that around, hopefully that's a little bit better. So, again, I don't know if the screen is any clearer than it was last time. I haven't changed any of the settings, so I hope that you guys can see everything okay. Do let me know if everything's okay for you. Julie's with us. Hello, Julie. How are you? We are earlier today, as you will know. We're normally on a little bit later in the day, and the main reason really for doing it a little bit earlier is that, well, we've got a horrible weather outside. So we're having a little bit of a snow day here, because we can't go anywhere. The weather is so awful. We're all snuggled up. I am actually so cold right now. I've got my blanket on my knee. I've got a hot water bottle on my knee. I'm feeling the cold at the minute, so I'm hoping that the lights in here might warm me up a little bit, because I am a little bit chilly. So I hope everybody else is warm and safe, wherever you are. I hope you're all okay, because yeah, it's been pretty bad out there. We managed to get home earlier. We were out and about earlier. We managed to get home okay, but there were a few cars that were struggling to get through the snow and up the hills near us. There was a lot of queuing traffic, a lot of abandoned cars. So yeah, it's been a bit treacherous out there. So I hope wherever you are, I hope you're safe, and I hope that you're able to just chill with me for a little while, and we do a little bit of crafting while we try and warm ourselves up a little bit. So I have got a cup of tea here. It wouldn't be time for tea without a cup of tea, but it has gone a bit cold now, so I'm really hoping that Ant might pop up and give me a fresh one while I'm crafting here, because I need as much warmth as I can get. Julie says she's watching while she cooks the tea for the boys. We have lots of rain here, been die cutting and stamping today. That sounds like a really nice day, a crafty day that you're having there, Julie. Do let me know what you're up to if you're watching. Let me know what you're up to today, whether you are doing a bit of crafting along. Obviously, some of you guys might be watching on the replay, so I hope that you are getting to craft along with me too. But when I was thinking about what am I going to do today, I mean, I've not played with any of the new stamp sets yet, so I've coloured them in, which I think I showed you in the live reveal last week, but I haven't actually crafted with any of them yet. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to do today, just the very fact of wanting to be, you know, snuggly and warm, it did just bring to mind the Warm Hugs stamp set. So I think I am going to use the Warm Hugs because I need some warm hugs. I think I'm going to use the Warm Hugs die as well, and we've got the Warm Hugs stamps here. So these, like I said, I had already coloured these in, so I'm going to use some of the ones that I have already coloured in, and I'm not quite sure which ones I'm going to use yet. because, like I said, I do want to use the die as well. Obviously, we've got all those gorgeous little critters there. And we've got the extra accessories as well, which I think I will use. I've also not used the sweet scallop die yet. So that's this chap here. I've not used this yet. So again, it will be quite cool to use that. But again, I'm not really sure. I don't really have a plan as such. I've got my my die here, and where is my sweet scallop die? Here it is. So yeah, so I'm potentially going to use those, and I'm also going to use my little characters. So, oh dear, do excuse me while I have a little yawn. I am very tired also today. It's just it's tiring and draining, this weather, isn't it? It's just it's a lot. So I need a card base. I think I'm gonna have to grab one because I don't think I've got any here. Have I? Oh, is that one? No, I've cut up loads of cardstock for my colouring in recently because I never seem to have enough. So I've done that, but I haven't grabbed myself any card bases. So card base number one. I've got a couple here. Let's have a look. So what I like to do when I'm figuring out what I'm going to design, I do like to try and lay it all out on my card base. So I'm using an A6 card base. I'm going to use my warm hug sentiment, and I do have an example of it cut out actually, which is quite handy. And I'm just going to stick this down. So Julie says that Laura says she didn't notice the time change. Yes, I've done it for a couple of reasons. Oh no, I've ripped my card base with my washi tape. Never mind, we'll just turn it over. I might just stick it from inside instead. Yes, I've changed it because obviously the snow means that we're home a little bit earlier than usual, but also I think because we've had so much on, we're so ready for an early night. So I thought, you know what, it'd be quite good to do the live a little bit earlier, so that we can get a bit of an early night. So how can we do? I don't know. I really like my little sloth here, but the fact that it is so chilly outside is making me want to use my little penguin here. Because I think he would be really rather cute. So thinking about how I'm going to use him. So if we do it this way round, and we just use the one little character, I think that could be so adorable, couldn't it? I really like that. So you've got the warm hugs, you've got the little character, and then you've got the sub-sentiment of "you warm my heart," which would be really cute. Oh, you are so sweet. That would be really cute as well. And then we could use our scallop frame as well for this. So the scallop frame, sweet scallop frame, is an A6 size frame. So that's going to cover the whole of my background there and just make it look so cute. So that would be a really nice and simple little card, wouldn't it, there, which would be quite cute. Or we could flip her around and move this to one side, and then maybe have some of our little characters just around the sides like so, which would be cute. The other alternative that I had, which I thought would be very sweet as well, if I just grab another die from my stash here. We've got a couple of dies here that I think would be really cute with this. So we've got the window cover die. So this is really cute because we can have our characters in each of the windows here, which is very sweet. And then we could have our sentiment at the bottom. So maybe rather than the warm hug sentiment, we use one of our sentiments here, that it's your birthday and you deserve a treat. Or we have got the wonky windows, which again would be ideal to do a little bit of a scene this way, which I think that's going to look really cute as well. Might be tempted to do this version and save my other dies for another time, because I think this is going to look really sweet. So, and it means I can use all of my characters, which is a real treat to be able to use them all. So I'm going to pop, I think I'm going to use these 4, and I'm going to use that it's your birthday, it's hope your birthday is a real treat, and then I'm going to save this guy because I think this as a combination is going to be really cute as well. So, and if we get time, because obviously we've got a couple of quick cards here, I might be able to do both. So Laura says, is it a tad blurry? So we have got the blurredness again. I don't know whether it keeps going in and out blurry or whether it is just permanently blurry. I don't know. Do let me know, because we did have this last week. It's a new camera. I've not done anything to it in terms of trying to refocus it. I don't know whether it's because I'm zoomed in too much. So I could try zooming out a little bit. Shall we try zooming out a bit and see if that helps? Maybe it may not be zoomed in at all now. So yeah, so I think it isn't your connection. I think it is just the fact that I'm working with a new camera that I haven't figured out just yet. I may need to change some of the settings on my software for it not to be quite as blurry. So I apologise. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it is. And the thing is, on my screen, it actually looks fine. You know, on the viewfinder. So I'm not sure how I'm going to test it. I don't know whether it's any different on YouTube or whether yeah, it's just a Facebook thing. I'm not sure. So I apologise that we haven't got the quality that you would normally expect. Hopefully it's still watchable, and you can still see what I'm doing. But let's persevere, because like I say, I can't really change it while we're live, because it will probably disconnect everything, and we definitely don't want to do that. So but thank you for letting me know, because it's like I say, it's very difficult for me to tell, because it looks quite fine from my view. So like I said, I'm wondering if it is just because I'm a bit too zoomed in and it can't really focus very well. I'm not sure. Okay, so sorry, I've got a very itchy eye all of a sudden. So I'm going to work with this card base though, aren't I? And I'm going to use my Wonky Windows cover die, because I love this die. And like I say, we're going to cut out our card base, and I'm going to cut it from some white cardstock, because I'm going to ink blend onto the back of it, I do believe. And what, in fact, she says, I'm not sure actually if I do want to do that, because I want to maybe ink blend in the background and pop this on top. Well, I do apologise for all of the yawning. So let me have a look, see what colour we want to do this in. I'm very much feeling like the kind of vanilla shade that I just showed you there. Let me see if I've got some more of that colour card, because I do think that kind of vanilla shade is really, really pretty. So yeah, this is what's it called? It is well, it's called vanilla milkshake. So so yeah, I was right. It is very milkshakey. So vanilla milkshake. I obviously named it correctly, because that's without even knowing the name of it, that's what I called it. So I'm just going to, I am going to snip this very close to the die shape, because I want to preserve as much of this cardstock as possible. So that is what I do like to do that. Because of that, I don't want to waste any of my cardstock. Oh, throwing things. Oh dear, I dropped it. Little pin. So I'm add a bit of washi tape onto there, and pick up the pin that I've dropped on the floor, because we don't want that, do we? Somebody to stand on that, and then I'm going to pop this into my die cutting machine. So we're going to get this adorable backdrop for our card base, and it may be that I need to pop this through again, because the angle that I put it through in, the pressure is a little bit different. So you can see just this bottom bit hasn't fully die cut. So you could pop it through again if you wanted to. In fact, I am going to pop it through again, because I want to see all of that stitch detail really clearly. So I'm going to line this back up, make sure that we've got it the right way round before I do. So you should be able to feel each of those windows pushing through the middle there. And I'm just going to pop that on there to secure it. Oh, cat. And pop that back through there. What are you having for tea, Julie? Let me know, because I need some inspiration. Are you having anything nice? I'm feeling a bit hungry. So yeah, we'll be putting our dinner on straight after this. Although we've not even had a chance to do any shopping or anything, so we're a bit cupboard is bare at the moment. So I can remove my bits of washi tape now off the back of here, and pop that back in there. So that is now my background, my cover. I can't get that off with my nails. Let me try using my pokey tool to get that off the back. I don't really need to take it off the back, because it's not showing through. This is a really good bit of cardstock, so nothing really shows through. And what I can do now, because I'm covering it up, this little bit where I did accidentally pull a little bit of the card off, I can pop my cover over the top of it, and you'll never know that was even there, so we'll be able to pop that on there and you will never know. So Cajun chicken, oof, that sounds nice. So I want to do a nice little background here, and obviously I want to be making sure that it kind of matches with my theme. So I have used kind of a pastel rainbow of colours here. So my background still wants to be quite neutral, but I do want to add a little bit of colour. And I'm thinking if I went for pink to orange, yeah, maybe purple to pink to orange. That might be quite nice, but in sort of a pastel shade. Let's try that. Let's try it. And that will bring all of those colours together, I'm hoping, in a fairly neutralish way, or pastelish way. Cooking steak for Blake with mash, then chicken coujons with mash for Harry. Oh, that sounds lovely. I think we're going to be having some mash for our tea because it's that kind of weather where you need something hearty and warm, I think. That sort of, you know, I feel like I need Yorkshire puddings and gravy for my tea. It's kind of comforting foods, aren't they? So, a bit of milled lavender. In fact, I wonder if the shaded lilac, no, the milled lavender is definitely the right colour for this. I'm going to use one of my new blender brushes. And I'm going to start, like I say, from the bottom with this milled lavender. And to get this all over the bottom portion of the card, and I can keep using my cover die just to see. So this bit here I'd like to be pink, and then the above bit to be kind of yellowy orange. So I know I've got enough milled lavender, so I'm going to move on to my worn lipstick here. And I didn't know whether to maybe go for a bit of tumbled glass, not tumbled glass. Oh, go on, what's it called? Where is it? I can't even see it. It's the paler pink. Can't even see that. I'm sure I've got some. Is it? It's not Tattered Rose. I'm sure there is a paler pink than the Morn lipstick, isn't there? But I can't see that. I've got maybe mine's run out. Just stroking my lovely brush here because it is so soft. So yeah, you've got the Kitsch Flamingo, you've got the Saltwater Taffy, Abandoned Coral, Victorian Velvet, Tattered Rose, Spun Sugar. That's the other one. That's the other shade that is the lighter pink. Where is my Spun Sugar? I don't appear to have any of that. Julie says, oh nice, I could eat a roast with Yorkshire puds. Oh, I love a roast. I don't know whether that would be, you know, when people talk about what their last meal would be, I feel like that might be my last meal choice, would be either that or kind of a full English breakfast, maybe. So, where's my Spun Sugar? That's what I want to know. I may have to have a look at HQ, Time THQ, and see if we've got any Spun Sugars because I need one. But I'm going to stick with the Worn lipstick for now. And I'm going to apply this in a bit of a lighter application to try and keep that that pastel vibe that we're going for. But obviously I want it to blend really nicely with my milled lavender. So I'm going all the way across the middle. Again, just using a circular motion with my brush. Has anybody, I know, Julie, you have purchased the new brushes. Has anybody else purchased the new brushes yet? If you haven't, then, you know, I would highly recommend, of course. We are back on Hobby Maker as well this weekend. You can get a really good offer with Hobby Maker. You can also get good offers with our design team member discounts. So yeah, do use those and look out for those. But these brushes are just so gorgeous. The colours are so beautiful. The blend, as always, is just amazing. They're so soft. It's unbelievable. And I absolutely love them. So I'm going back in with the milled lavender. Oh no, we've got cats appearing. I think Mabel's just gone to have a look outside at the snow though, rather than come and walk across our project, so that's quite good. If it was Maisie, we know she'd be sitting right on top of this now, wouldn't she? Tanya says, not yet. I ordered the new stamps though as I couldn't resist. Oh, bless you. Shawnee's here. Hi, Joe. Really hoping to get my crafting mojo back. Haven't made a single card so far this year. Second time, well, not a good start, but I do have the new brushes. Oh, Shawnee, that's awesome. I hope that helps you get your crafting mojo. It doesn't help when you're not feeling very well, I know. It just does put, just pushes you back, doesn't it? Oh, how cute does that look? I love that. I'm going to go a little bit higher with the worn lipstick. Right, I've been looking for my spun sugar and it's right here. How did I miss that? It was literally right here. Claire's here. Hello, Claire. She says, hi, Joe. Jess will be sad she missed you. Oh, I'm sad she's missed us too. She'll have to watch the replay. Am I a little bit too early for her? Is she at work? Is she out and about? I hope you're both really well. But yes, my spun sugar was right next to me. So what does that tell you about where my brain is at the moment? I feel like since Christmas, because we've been so busy, that I feel like a number of my brain cells have just died. Because they've had far too much to concentrate on, so they've thought, no, we're not having any more of this. We need to go to sleep. And yeah, they've been on permanent strike since Christmas, which is not ideal, but we're getting there. We're keeping going. So yeah, I think I must have stored them both together on top of each other. I've taken them off the shelf and put the spun sugar down, and then not even realised that that's what I've done. So crazy. So I think I'm gonna go with. I'm thinking of going with the dried marigold because that would be really cute. It goes with the colour that I've used to colour the little coffee cup for my cat. So, and we do obviously have the brush that matches the dried marigold, which is this one, and I haven't used the midi size brush for this yet, so I'm excited to get some fresh ink on this freshly soft white bristles. So Claire's working, Jess is working, says Claire, and she will be here later to craft. Oh, that's really cute. I love how you two craft together. It's really, really sweet. I wish my mum enjoyed crafting, because I think I would really love to do that with her. Oh, I love this colour so much. Dried marigold is one of my favourite colours. I think I mentioned before when I showed you the brushes that you guys suggested that I do it with the Distress Oxides in mind, and I thought about what are the colours that I always reach for, and these are those. I love the dried marigold. I think it makes a lovely blend with the worn lipstick, and yeah, it's just It's just gorgeous. So what are you doing, Kat? I think Mabel's going to come and say hello, possibly. Are you going to come and say hello to everyone? Are you going to come and say hello? Come on. Come and say hello. Come in. What's happening? She's just looking at me suspiciously. You weren't expecting an invite, were you then? What are you doing? It's very cute. Would you come and say hello to everyone? Everyone on Facebook and YouTube wants to say hello to you, Mabel. Come on. Maisie doesn't wait for an invite. She just comes, doesn't she? So, well, Mabel decides. So, my mum's not a crafter like you, Claire. She likes a jigsaw, actually. I mean, she's really quite crafty. I do think I get the craftiness from my mum and my dad. My dad is a really good artist. He loves to paint and draw. He really enjoys all of that, you know, creativity, which I obviously get that from him. But my mum is very much a practical crafter, I suppose, if you like, because she enjoys knitting, crochet, sewing. She used to sew a lot when we were kids. She used to sew our clothes, knit as jumpers along with my nan, because my nan was a big knitter as well. And she used to sew and make clothes for our Cindy dolls when we were little, and we'd often wake up in the morning and she'd made, you know, a whole outfit for our dolls, and it was like Christmas every morning. It was so sweet. We absolutely loved it. It was such a lovely thing to do, and she really loved doing it, of course. So yeah, she's definitely, you know, I've definitely got the crafty genes from them both, which I'm very much appreciative of. Shani says that she's going to try some blended backgrounds with her new brushes. Hopefully it will kickstart some creativity. Love the new colours. Julie says she's not used her new brushes yet, but maybe later. And Claire says, I like all that craft too. Any craft at all. That's it. I think as crafters, we do like a lot of different types of craft. Oh, how cute does that look as a background? I'm loving that. Such a nice blend of colours. The purple through the pink to that that orange with the dried marigolds. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I'm going to pop these back because I'm happy with the blend that we've achieved there. I'll pop these all away. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of ink splattering, because you know I love to do a bit of ink splattering, but I need to cover everything up, move everything out of the way. Otherwise, we're going to have a bit of a disaster. So I do believe I've got a bit of water here. I just need a bit of, I'm going to use a bit of white gesso, not gesso, it's actually some chalk acrylic, which gives a really nice finish. I probably need to, and I only need the tiniest bit. As you can see, I've only got a tiny little bit there, and I'm going to just add some water with my brush here, really water that down, and then I am going to cover up my surfaces here with some paper, because it does splatter everywhere, and I don't want to get it all over everything. And I'm going to close my card with a little bit of washi tape. And then I'm just splattering all over. And then for some finer splatters, I'm just going to take that off the side of the acrylic block as well. Oh, that's really cute. It has literally gone everywhere, as I said. When we pop that over the top, you can see what that's going to look like. Hopefully you can see that, because like you said, it's not the clearest of pictures, is it, at the moment? So right, I need to wipe this down really quickly, because again, it is a little bit the acrylic is very much sticks to everything and is pretty much impossible to get off once it's on. So we'll give that a wipe down with my chamois cloth. Put that back in there. We'll pop this to one side so that it dries. Just put that up there to dry, away from little cat feet that are now seem to be round about. Hello there. What you want? Do you want feeding again? You've come to me because your daddy's ignoring you because he's on his Xbox. I think that's what it is. Is it? Oh, you look so cute sat there. Why don't you come say hello? So while we're waiting for that to dry, because actually that is, once that's dried, we can start popping that together. I'm going to have a look at doing a second card, because again, this can be really quite quick and easy, can't it? So this is my second card, and like I say, I'm going to do the warm hug sentiment with the little sloth this time, and then maybe the little sub sentiment of you warm my heart at the bottom. But I want to do it with a scalloped background. So, and I'm probably going to ink blend this scalloped background. So I will cut this from some white cardstock, and I've got a scrap of white cardstock here that I have actually done some ink blending on the back of. I think I did this in when we were on TV actually. So I'm going to use this because waste not, want not, as they say. And I could also cut out the warm hugs from this. Maybe not. It doesn't quite fit. So, and I might use the vanilla shade because I do like that. So, hello, little one. Where are you going? Are you going to come say hello? Come on. You're not normally shy. So we're just popping this in the die cutting machine. Hello, Sue. Sue says good evening. How are you? Julie says gorgeous, loving the background. I do love that colour. So cool. And I'm tempted to do a similar colour with this, but we'll try and mix it up a little bit. But we've got pinks and blues, haven't we, with our little sloth here. So we've got our gorgeous scalloped background here. I absolutely adore this die. It is so beautiful. So we've got our warm hugs here. Now I'm thinking that this warm hugs is going to look really pretty in this kind of blue shade, isn't it? So we could have the warm hugs in blue. That will look really pretty. Or we could do a blue background. Let's have a look. We've got some pale blue paper. I don't want to use this particular blue, but this is just to give me a little bit of an idea of what that would look on a blue background. That would look really nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would look very pretty, wouldn't it? A nice blue background with the warm hugs. So let's explore some blue shades in the background, just to give us a little bit of a pretty blue, fresh blue background. and I think I'll use a couple of blues. We'll use a little bit of Salty Ocean as well. Just I don't want to go too dark with my background here, but I do want it to pop a little bit, and sometimes adding a couple of different colours to the mix does really help with that. Or we could go purple, pink, purple, blue, maybe. Right, so let's have a little look here. This is, as you know, is one of my favourite things to do, is to play with different colour combinations. So this is a little colour chart that I've got here, and some of these things I've had a little play with before. So obviously your pink and your blue make purple, so that's really quite cute to do. We've got all purples, we've got all pinks. So I'm wondering whether, rather than we did the pink, purple and the orange on the previous one, we could go pink to blue, pink to purple to blue. See, this is pink to purple to blue in a darker shade, but we do it in more of a pastel-y kind of a shade. So let's do that, because obviously we've got our little pink, we've got a bit of pink there. So I'm going to go with blue at the top, purple in the middle and pink at the bottom. And I think that will look really cute, really sweet, because then we're getting a little bit more of and I've got spun sugar now, so but I think that will just give us a bit better gradient of colour, and makes it just a little bit more interesting in the background, doesn't it? So let's start with pink at the bottom. You could go all one colour, of course, just go with a bit of blue and keep it really simple, but you know me, I love to play with the colours and the blends, and the colours really help bring out the texture of your cardstock. Any stitching that's on there really pops once you add a bit of colour, so it does make it look really, really pretty. So we've got a bit of pink, we'll go with a bit of purple into and then I'm going to have a think about what colour I then do my sentiment, because look how gorgeous this is blending, so pretty. And just I go over the line there with the ink really that's just left on my brush here. That just helps it all blend together. So I may need a bit more of that milled lavender. I need my blue brush now. So I've got my blue brush for my tumbled glass. I'm going to go in with this. This is a really, really pretty pale blue. So again, it's just going to keep with that pastel theme, which just feels very spring-like, although the weather outside is not suggesting spring is anywhere near. We are still always hoping that spring is on its way. And I was looking at some of the stamps. I was packing orders yesterday, and I was looking at some of the stamps you know, that we released last spring, with the Upset Daisy and the Darling Daffodils, and you know, people are ordering these. You know, a few of you guys have been ordering from those sets, so people are obviously thinking spring should be on its way soon. We're going to be making spring cards, Easter cards, all of those lovely fun cards are coming soon. So it was nice to see some of those being popped in people's baskets, and it did make me want to craft with them again, because it's been a little while since we've been able to do anything like that. It's all been very autumnal, very winter, hasn't it? So right, so I think we've got quite a nice little blend going on there, haven't we? That's looking really pretty. So he's going to sit at the top there with our warm hug sentiment here. And then we've got the you warm my heart at the bottom there. So I still think that maybe a blue sentiment is going to, it's a shame that that's not quite big enough, is it? That bit of cardstock would have been ideal. But I'm sure I've got another piece somewhere. Here we go, we've got a couple of pieces here that will be perfect. So I'm going to go with the blue. I'm going to use the same tumbled glass to give me that blue shade, and I'm going to add it in a, I'm going to add a good few layers of this because I want this to be really quite not an intense blue, but a you know, a bit more opaque in terms of the coverage, so that it looks a bit bolder on the front of our card, and it stands out a little bit more. So get plenty of this colour on. Make sure that I've got enough colour for my sentiment, which, where have I popped my sentiment now? I've got dyes everywhere. There we are, look. So let's just double check that we have done enough. Julie says, it's still raining heavily here. I need to make use of all my collections. Been using the Easter egg stencil. I do love that stencil. So we did take that stencil with us to Hobby Maker. We've got some very spring-like products with us actually, to go along with the brushes, because the brushes are the pastel shades. Those you know, those colours work really, really well for Easter. So so yes, we do have some Easter themed products with us. So again, they're always at a really good price when we go to Hobby Maker. So if you have been having your eye on some spring themed, not necessarily Easter, but spring themed products, then do check it out. We're on 3 o'clock on Sunday for those of you that like to watch. Oh, and fair warning, Ant will be crafting with me on Sunday. So if you didn't see his last performance on Hobby Maker, be sure to watch this Sunday at 3 because he'll be back on again. So it didn't scare him off. He is happily agreed to come back with me, which is good. Hello, little cats. There's a diacoty machine making a big noise. So we've got our warm hugs sentiment now. Let's have a look, see what this looks like from a colour point of view. And I'm going to diacoty it again in some foam so that we've got a bit of hello there. So Maisie, you see, needs no invitation. She'll just come, won't you? You don't need to be invited. You'll just come and sit on everything and get in the way. Hello, Maisie. Julie says that she's booked tickets for Doncaster. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, and hello to the boys. Hello there, Blake and Harry. How are you both? Are you crafting or are you eating your tea? And will you be crafting later? Oh, and do you wish it was snowing where you are so that you could go and play in the snow? I was saying to Anne on the way home is that I was never one for wanting to go sledging or playing in the snow. I'd rather be at home colouring in. I was happy for the snow day, but I wanted to be at home just drawing and colouring in. So I've always been that sort of person. My sister used to like to go sledging. She loved it, but it definitely wasn't for me. So, oh, how gorgeous is that? So pretty. Oh, I really love that. So I'm going to add this to some, like I say, to a bit of, excuse me, do you mind? some foam. So I've got a bit of the fun foam here. So this is fun foam. It's not adhesive, but it will just give a bit of dimension. That looks like that might just be the right size. Let me just turn it that way around. That might be a better fit. Oh, perfect. Look. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. So that's going to fit on there. And we'll pop some washi tape. You do know that you sat on my card there, Maisie. You don't care, do you? No, she says I don't. This might actually fit through my small die cutting machine, actually. Let's try that. Because I like it when I can just pop it through the smaller machine rather than using the big one. Julie says they're eating tea and they wish that we had snow rather than rain. Yes, I thought they might. I thought they might prefer the snow. Come on, down you go, you little fluffy one. There we go. So, let's have a look at this. There we go. So we'll just, and you know, I just want to just highlight how easily the die cuts and how easily the you know, the die cut pieces come out, because they are such good quality, as are the stamps. That, you know, our stamps are really good quality as well. So if, I know you guys watching, you've all tried them, you know the good quality, but I have tried other stamps that aren't as good, and it's just so disappointing, because, you know, it does mean that it's much harder work to get a good result. So having the, you know, the good quality stamps makes a really big difference, in my opinion. So now you know what I'm going to say, don't you? I feel like I want to do a little bit of splattering on the back of here as well, because my background here has turned out so beautiful. I just think a few splatters on the back of here will also look gorgeous. So I did just get rid of all of that other paint, which was silly, because I should have realised that I would use it, but I didn't. So we're going to have to do some more. So let's grab my paint again, and again I'm just going to use a tiny little bit, so as not to waste it. And I'm going to use my paper again as well, just to cover my surfaces, so everything is a little bit protected. And then I'm going to grab my little bit of cardstock, my brush, get that nicely moving around, and then we'll just, might need a bit more water actually, so that it flows a little bit better. Do it from my finger rather than on there. That's better. And then flick some smaller bits off the edge. Gorgeous. So it's up to you. You don't have to do this bit. You know, I love a good splattering of paint. I just think it always adds something a little bit different. But it's, you know, you could just add water. You don't have to start again. You don't have to add the paint. Water will react with the Distress Oxide inks and make for a really nice texture. So, and it's a bit more subtle than the paint, because the paint obviously it's the chalky white. It's opaque, so you will see it much more defined than if you were to just use the water speckles. So it depends the look that you're going for, whether you want something a little bit more subtle or you want something a bit more obvious. I suppose is perhaps the finish that you're going to get with the paint. So, and I'll just show you here. I don't know if you can see. Just put them there. On this example that I did here of some ink blending, I did use some sparkly splatters. And I don't know if you can see that on screen because you've perhaps got a little bit of a blur on your screen there. But they are a bit more subtle than, what did I just do with my card base? There it is. Than these, which do stand out a little bit more. So it depends what look you're going for, the kind of finish that you choose. So this one now needs to dry. I think it's looking absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. And then we can move back to this one. So we're actually doing 2 cards in one go today, which is an unheard of situation, but I'm here for it. So let's find all our other little bits and bobs. So these are the bits that are for card number 2. Put them there. And then these are the bits for card number 1. So we've got our cover piece here with the lovely vanilla milkshake. We've got our sentiment, it's your birthday, you deserve a treat. Now this, I think I'm tempted to heat emboss on some black cardstock. Then it'll pop out a little bit more. And then we've got our images here, which I think we're going to go in this kind of order. And we're going to have sentiment at the bottom there, and we could go sentiment at the top, it's your birthday, you deserve a treat, and have some of the little accessories down at the bottom here, or vice versa, to be honest with you. So I don't know if my Twisted Citron inspired spoon really goes with the vibe. May have to change that, but I have got some little coffee beans that would look very cute, wouldn't they? Very cute. The other alternative actually is, if you didn't want to put your sentiment at the top there, we could remove our cute little penguin from the mix, because he has got a bit of blue in there. These guys might go a little bit, although this is blue, but hey ho. Maybe because he's got the purple, we need him in there. So we've got the purple, pink, purple, maybe. Yeah, maybe that way. Maybe that way. That way. So many choices. Anyway, you can decide. And then we have our sentiment in one of those areas. What do we think? I feel like the little bunny does still go better than maybe that way round. Works better. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Then we've got the sending warm hugs in a mug. I'll pop him there. And that one will fit neatly in there. And then we've got a few of these little bits here and there, the little coffee beans dotted about. The chocolate is really cute. Quite like that as an option. What do we think? Or do we prefer the larger sentiment at the bottom here? So we could do something like this. Sending warm hugs in a mug. I really like that. I do like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to colour in a spoon in a different colour to pop down here. and I'm going to ink blend that. I'm going to heat emboss that on some black, and I might do another couple of little coffee bits. So yeah, I think that's my plan. Now I've seen it all together. So I've got a bit of my cardstock here. This is a bit of our stamping card. I'm going to grab my little acrylic block here, because we're only stamping out a few little bits. So let's go with the spoon. And we'll also do a couple more coffee beans as well. Now this could also have some sprinkles on it. So this is the sprinkle stamp, and I'll pop it on a stamp for you to see, and then you can just pop your sprinkles onto the top there, which would be really cute. So I might do that. I'm not quite sure what colour sprinkles to do. We've gone for kind of a chocolatey, you know, theme, if you like. So let's try some ground espresso. Yeah, I'm going to go with the ground espresso. I'm just going to pop them onto there. And then we've got some little ground espresso sprinkles. Cute! So that's going to go there. Love that. Yes. Annalisa says, just read the newsletter, looks like you missed the fun. And we have snow. We do have snow. We have, to be fair, it has started to rain. It started to rain quite heavily when I started the live. So that will be about an hour ago. And it does seem to have, it seems to probably have melted a lot of the snow, which I'm very happy about. So, oh goodness, that was lucky. So just going to use a bit of my ink here to stamp out just these couple of images, and then I've done that. I'm going to heat emboss my sentiment. So, oh, I'm so loving this, and I'm excited to finally get to play with these stamps, because they are gorgeous. These are just, they make me so happy, these types of images. And there's so many different cards and ways you can put them together with your different dyes, different ink colours. You know, you can really, you'll never make the same card twice unless you want to. You know, if you really like a design, then make it as many times as you want. So colour scheme then for these. What colour did I do for the coffee beans? And what colour will I do with my spoon? I could do like a little wooden spoon, which would be very cute, wouldn't it? So for my consult my chart, I probably have used like the E25 and 27 because they are the milk chocolate shades, so that would make sense, wouldn't it? So let's go with a bit of E25. Yeah, that's probably about right, I would say. And we'll also just do and for the E27, these coffee beans, and then I'm going to use the lighter shade, the hazelnut. And again, you're probably not going to be able to see this too well because I don't zoom in, just in case you can't actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just going for a slightly lighter shade of brown for my spoon. So I've gone E21, E23 and then E25. I never did share with you my new storage, did I? Don't think. It's absolutely amazing. I'm loving it so much. It does come apart a little bit. I'm wondering whether I should have glued it. It's all slots together, and it's a lovely kind of light. I don't know what kind of board it is. Like I don't know. It's not wood, but it's some sort of like ply board type stuff. Very technical. So I'm going to use my dies, and these dies, like I say, have been designed so that you don't have a lip in the middle. So when you line them up, you can see exactly where they're lining up. It gives you a much better view of the outline that you're going to get, and the cut line is exactly where the center point of your die is. This is a design feature that I didn't ask for. This is just something that the company has decided to do. They've obviously taken feedback from designers and like myself, and they've worked out a way of making it much better for us to craft with. Fabulous product, really great design feature, and it makes lining up smaller images like these so much easier. So yeah, if you've not tried any of the new coordinating dies yet, you won't have seen that because it is only in the latest release, but they are fabulous. So that's that. Where's my little plates? There we go. So pop this through the machine, and then I'm going to do my sentiment, which we're going for sending warm hugs in a mug. Even though this guy's not got a mug, but I want to use my sloth in my other one, so that's the choice that we made, isn't it? So here we go. And then we've got a couple more little coffee beans. And we'll perhaps put a couple of those together, because sometimes it's nice to group some of your smaller dies, your accessory type dies. So I've got a bit of black cardstock here as well, and we can use this to do our sentiment. So I've got all of my black scraps of card that we can use. Keep all of your scraps because they will always come in handy. Even the smallest pieces usually find a way, don't they? So it goes there, and then we've gone with sending warm hugs in a mug, didn't we? Or You Are So Sweet would also work. Should we try that one? What does that look like? I like the warm hugs in a mug though. Yeah, that's cute. But I'm going to go with the sending warm hugs in a mug because I like that sentiment. So Annalisa says, is this your first play with your new release? Yeah, it absolutely is. Isn't it a bit crazy that, you know, I design them but I never get to play with them. It is one of the weird things that you would think as the designer of, you know, designing your own stamp sets, you get to spend all day every day just playing with your own designs, but actually create them and send them out to the design team, and the design team tend to get to play with them before I do. So it is a strange reality of actually being the designer and running the business yourself, and running the business on your own, you know, because you have to do everything. You know, you are all aspects of the business. So you don't get to just sit and craft all day. More's the pity. But I do get to do it every week with you guys. So this is why these hours are so special to me, or hour and a half, or however long we end up being here, because they usually are my only like kind of just time to do this sort of thing. Right, let's have a little warm up of my heat tool, and we'll get some heat embossing done. Again, I'm so sorry if the quality of the picture is not the best. I will try and figure that out if I can. It's obviously something that I need to change, but I'm not very good with cameras, and you know, I like to think I'm not too bad with technology, but cameras and you know, video cameras are a little bit something else, really. It's more the dealing with the software and the streaming software that I have to use. I don't really understand how it all works. I've managed to get it working, and that's about as far as my knowledge goes. So if it needs tweaking or adapting, it takes quite a lot of time and research and asking questions in forums to try and understand how we can get it to, you know, to work properly. So, sending warm hugs in a mug. I feel like that might be the right size die, and I think I am correct. So again, you're going to be able to see really easily your sentiment, so you're lining it up in exactly the right way, and pop that in there. And we could just give that a little bit of a buff with my microfiber towel, because that gets rid of any of that the residue of the anti-static powder. And then bring this back over, and we can see how that's all starting to come together now, because we've got black there and we've got a little black in the in our penguin. I feel like that's a better combo, so I think I'm going to sit with that as a combo. Are we all in agreement, or do we think we should go back to the little squirrel and maybe have a squirrel up there? So maybe have this guy down here, squirrel up there. No, I'm happy that that works as a combination, because we've got two lots of blue then, and that brings all of that together. Lovely. Right, so let's move all of these little bits to one side, and then we can start popping this one together. We'll pop those on there. So this I'm going to pop up on some foam. So again, I've got my wide foam and I've got my shaker foam. If we turn this over flip that over onto the other side, I'm going to use the thin shaker foam down the side here first. So that's going to go down these side pieces, and this will really help with keeping it rigid. And same on the other side. Cut that one just a little bit too long. Snip that off there. And then put that on there, I think. Oh. use this on one of my other little pieces here. I've got a little, pop that on the back of my little chocolate pieces, and then we're going to add some of this down the middle and across the middle there. So we don't want it collapsing in the middle, so a bit of tape in the middle will help with that. And then if I move to my wider tape, I think my wider tape is going to be just the right width. Oh, it might be a little bit, yeah, it might be a little bit wide actually. So I do have a strip here, again, that's a little bit too narrow. Oh, it's like Goldilocks, isn't it? One's a little bit too wide, one's a little bit too narrow. So I'm just going to cut this to size basically. I could be using my bigger scissors for this. Would make it a bit easier for myself, wouldn't it? These are XOXO Teflon coated ones, or similar to Teflon, if not actual Teflon. But what it just means that they are the foam tape doesn't stick. But this this foam tape is not squidgy or sticky to your scissors anyway. It's very good like that, so that's why I really love it. Haven't been able to get my hands on any more for a little while, so watch this space because I'm going to try and get some. Poor squirrel didn't make the cut, I know, but the little squirrel will get her own little card. That's the thing, is that she needs her own little card. And squirrels are great at any time of year. I hope they're all tucked up in their little nests at the moment, keeping warm, hibernating. Are they out of hibernation yet? Hopefully they're all still sleeping and keeping warm. So that's going to go on there. And I've just about managed to get that to go on straight, so that's handy. Take a little bit of sticky tape from the middle now, and then each of my little characters are going to go on some foam tape as well. So we've got plenty of foam tape already chopped up here, ready to be used. Oops. So pop that on there. These guys are all going to fit nicely in these little squares. Cute. And this guy's going to sit up here. So just cutting my foam tape to the right size, depending on you know, what we want to do and which bit we're going to fill. So just so that his ears don't collapse. And then for my little cat, let's get him some tape on here as well. There we go. We can use a little bit of this on his bum. Oh, and across the top of his head. Maybe a little bit less there for his bum. Lovely. So he's going to sit there. He's going there. And then I've just got my warm hugs in a mug, so that's the perfect size. Oh, that worked out quite well, didn't it? that's going to go there. And then I've got my little bits of chocolate. We've got a little spoon here, so I think we will pop the little spoon up. So we'll pop them there, spoon there. I think that will work, won't it? So a little bit of foam tape on here. Fabiola, hello there. I can't quite see the names at the moment on my screen because they've come up in a funny blue colour that's really not easy to really see. So I'm just trimming some foam tape down. I know I've probably said this before, you guys have probably heard me say this, but one of the things that I've always really loved about watching people craft is them, you know, putting foam tape on the back of things, or putting the liner tape on things, and just watching them stick things together, which is that weird? Is that strange? Does anybody else have that? Does anybody else enjoy just watching me stick things down? I used to find it so, I barely get time to watch people do it now, and I think a lot of the crafting that you see on TV now, you don't really get a chance to watch any of that because they don't go into that much detail. It's all a bit more fast paced and get as many in as possible in an hour, so you don't really get that experience unless you're watching it on maybe on YouTube like this, and you're watching us do it in real time. So I don't get much chance to do that now, but I used to absolutely love it. It was one of my favourite things to watch, and is what really got me into crafting, because I was a bit like, I want to do that. I love how that looks. So yeah, I'm a bit weird. So let's distribute some of our coffee beans on here. I have a feeling I might want more coffee beans. That's the only issue. I wonder if I do maybe a smaller coffee bean, do a little collection of beans there. Oh dear, I need my little quick sticks tool is great for this, because my nails will not always allow me to pick things up, whereas this will. There's no getting away from this. So I'm trying to steer away from it looking too symmetrical here and there. So this is why I'm just staggering things a little bit around so that they look a little bit more intentional. So yeah, I quite like the idea of there just being a little smattering of coffee beans around the page, so it kind of comes down that way. Yeah, that's quite cute. And these I'm going to do just with a bit of glue. Oh, I love the little spoon, says Annalisa. The little spoon is cute, isn't it? Let me just wipe off the excess of that. So if I took the lid off my quick sticks tool, it would work much better. I'll just add a bit of glue where I want it, and then my quick sticks tool will allow me to stick it in place. And a bit of glue there. And then a bit of glue on this one. Lovely. So, and the last little things to do for this one then, is we have done it. I have coloured all of the other little images in, but I haven't added any little highlights to the newest bits that I've coloured. So I will just do that now, and then that I think is going to finish that off. Oh, I've done that in the wrong size pen there, but that's fine. All of my pens have got a bit mixed up now. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? There we go, that's better. Sorted that out. So there we go. So that's card number 1. sending warm hugs in a mug. I'll absolutely love that. So we are now at, it's just about 6:30, so we've done an hour and a half, but we are pretty much there in terms of getting our second card done. So I'm going to do it because it'll be rude not to when we've made this beautiful background with that sweet scallop die. And it is just going to be a matter of popping this one together. So I'm going to add this to my background with some glue. As you can see, I've used my scrap piece of card here, so it's all good. We are recycling and not wasting. So that pops on the front of there. And you can see if I turn that card over that it just leaves a small little overlap of scallops all the way around the outside. So it covers up that card base perfectly. So it's absolutely stunning. And then my warm hugs sentiment, we're going to pop these two together. So I'm going to add my glue to this foam. So a bit of glue all around. And I know, obviously, I didn't colour in any of my images during the live today. I've done those previously. But it just shows that if you do have your images already coloured and die cut, how quickly you can make a couple of cards. So in an hour and a half, we've made two really cute cards. We've ink blended some lovely backgrounds. And they've come together really quite quickly. So, you know, I do think that it's such a time saver having some images already coloured and die cut. And I love to, when I get the new release, that is pretty much all the playing that I get to do, is to colour them and cut them out. But I love that bit. That is so much fun. Annalisa says, I have to say, I absolutely love the new sweet scallop dies. Well done. Oh, thank you, Annalisa. I'm really pleased with how they've turned out because they are just the perfect size. And they've got so many cute applications because there's so many, you know, there's the different elements to it with the tag. I mean, I've not even played with that tag yet. Have I got an example of it here? They didn't cut the tag out for me, actually. I should try cutting that out to show you what it looks like because I bet it's adorable. So, and then we're going to have my little guide there. So let's move that down a little bit. And then the You Warm My Heart at the bottom is so cute. And again, I feel like that probably should be on black cardstock. So let's have a look at doing that. I just think that the heat embossed look just really does pop, doesn't it? So let's find another little piece of scrap cardstock. So easy to do. Just pop that lid on so it doesn't dry out. Gonna get some of my anti-static powder onto there. Just tip off any excess. Grab my sentiment, which was You Warm My Heart. And my little stamping block is here. Embossing ink. Pop that there. Oh, bless me. I had to have a little sneeze there. Don't know where that came from. And we'll just pop this scrap of paper here to pop some of my embossing powder. You can see that I've been testing my printer with my scrap paper here. That's it. I don't throw anything away. Everything comes in handy for something. So yeah, it's everything gets recycled in this craft room. So let's so I've got a little bit of the embossing powder there, which I don't want because I don't want those speckles appearing in my background. So I'm just going to carefully sweep any excess off without sweeping away the colour that I do want. And I'm going to use my pokey tool to get any bits that are right in the centre of that Y, just so that that is as clean as possible. And then we'll go back to our heat tool. So Annalisa says that she's using the heart on a design team card right now. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see that. I mean, it's perfect timing for Valentine's Day as well, isn't it? But I do think they make lovely, you know, lovely tags just for gifts in general. So there we go. That's our sentiment. Nice and easy. And it made even easier by the fact that we have the coordinating dies. So while that just dries a little bit, we'll just let it cool. We'll clean up our stamp. Oh, and then pop this back in its little home, and we'll grab our coordinating die. Make my, so I think it might be this one. This one here is You Are My Heart. Yes, that's the one. So I'm just going to give this a little rub over the top there. Make sure that we've got all of the embossing powder off there, and then our coordinating die in place, and some of our washi tape here. There we go. I'll pop this through. I mean, I don't know which one of these is going to be my favourite because I think they're both so cute, and I think anybody would be happy to receive them. I think sending warm hugs in a mug is really cute to pop some, you know, if you pop a little tea bag in there, with the card, it would look really cute. Just a really nice little gift. Or you could send someone like a coffee shop voucher as well. That would be really cute as a little gift to go with it. Just really cute little sentiments and cards. I think I might send one of these to my mum and dad. So for Christmas, actually, my mum and dad, we got them a little Nespresso machine because they love their coffees and cappuccinos and things. But they, you know, they didn't want anything that was too complicated to make coffees. So we got them the Nespresso because it is so easy. You just push a button and it makes you a lovely coffee with the pods, and some frothy milk as well. So it's just dead simple to use, and they absolutely love it. They used to go out for coffees and they don't anymore now because they've got one at home. So yeah, they've been absolutely loving it. So I could send them some coffee pods for the machine, and one of these cards, and that would work so well. So warm hugs. There we go. Warm hugs, and then we've got our little sloth. I feel like I maybe need to move him down a little bit. And then the You Warm My Heart will just sit there. So just move it down a little bit. So this is the good thing about having the Cosmic Shimmer glue, because obviously it's a bit wetter and it takes longer to dry, so you can move your sentiments around a little bit, but it also dries clear, so if you do get any residue that's left when you move things around, it will just dry clear and you won't know that it was there. So it's good for when you're making little mistakes like I do, when you position things not quite in the right place. You do get a little bit of time to manoeuvre them, which is very handy for me, because I do like to make the odd mistake. But then, you know, we all do, I guess, don't we? That's the nature of crafting. Sometimes, you know, you put things down a little bit wonky, but it's all part of the fun. So that's my foam on the back of my little sloth, and he's gonna just sit on top of our sentiment. And I feel like my sentiment might be a little bit wonky, but hey ho. So he's going to sit there, and then the You Warm My Heart, I think I might have to use some of my, let's have a look, I've got a few little bits of tape that I've cut really small, that we might be able to just utilise, like I say, all for recycling, and using every last bit of my tape that I can. So we'll pop that one in there, and that one can sit there. You could also, if you wanted to, use black fun foam with your coordinating die. I've not done that yet, and I should do, because I've got black fun foam. It would just be easier than cutting lots of little bits of foam tape, to be fair. It would be exactly the right size as my die cut, and because it's black fun foam, obviously you wouldn't see it against the black cardstock, so that would be really cute. And Lisa says, how lovely when someone enjoys a gift you have given them so much. Oh, honestly, it was so cute. They've loved it so much. We couldn't have got them anything better on Lisa. We really couldn't. We got them, you know, the ability to watch Sky Sports as well, non-stop, because they both love their football, and they've been watching it round the clock, 24/7, and drinking coffee. So, you know, they're living their best lives. And I love that we were able to, you know, help them do that, because they deserve it so much. So, here we are at the end. We have got our Sending Warm Hugs in a mug, and we've got our Warm Hugs, You Warm My Heart. And I think both of them are so cute. I loved making both of those. You could add some extra little enamel dots onto here if you wanted. Some of the clear bubbles would be really sweet on there as well. The finishing touch, actually, that I think I will give to this, which is another lovely thing to do when you've got sentiments, is to just add some flashes of highlights, because it does help really highlight those bits of the sentiment. I just think it's a really fun thing to do, especially around sort of curves and angles. It really does bring them out, and it makes it look a bit pop arty, a bit graphic. I like to try and do them in opposite sides, but yeah, I think that looks really sweet. Love that. So yeah, so I've just added a little bit of white. I don't know again if you can see that, because it's a little bit blurry, I know. I'm hoping that you can focus in on that, because I think it looks really incredible. I'm hoping the camera might just suddenly kick into understanding where I am. But I obviously need to do a bit of work. But thank you so much for keeping me company tonight. It is 20 to 7. I think we've done quite well. It's been great to have you joining me a little bit earlier. We might make this a regular time slot. I don't know. We'll see how we get on. Because it does mean obviously that then you know, we get to go and relax for the evening now. Now we've done a bit of crafting and we're all relaxed. Julie says super cute cards and stunning. Annalise says beautiful cards and ink blending. Thank you so much, guys. It's been so much fun to finally play with the new release. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope that you can join me on Sunday at 3 o'clock on Hobby Maker as well. Ant will be there with me too, so we'd really love it if you could join us and give us your support. As always, that means just such a lot to us that you're there cheerleading for us. So we will see you on Sunday, and if I don't see you then, I will see you next Thursday for another Crafting Live. Thank you, guys. See you again soon. Bye.